G'day humans, Chris Stead here. Today I'm reviewing the Bespoke AirDresser from Samsung, which you can see right behind me here. And this is the new 2023 model, which is the one that has the mirrored finish. There's my hand. And yeah, I've been getting kind of interested in the whole idea of this AI-driven unified homes. So if you're like me, you've probably got 55 different brands in your house. But more and more companies are really kind of trying to sync all your appliances together. This has actually been going on for quite a few years, but it's really kind of stepping up in recent times. So all of your kind of Internet of Things style devices, your washing machine, your dryer, your TV, your fridge, your dishwasher, your AirDresser, all these types of things can be connected through Wi-Fi together to the same thing, talk to each other, and also kind of use AI to better improve efficiency and give you better access and control over what you're doing. So I've been growing increasingly interested in this. Now, right now I'm in this house that Samsung set up for me to kind of experience a couple of those products so I can just pass on what I've learned to you guys. And I've got the AirDresser here behind me. I've also got a washing machine and a dryer here, which I will detail in a different video. But just looking at this puppy right here, this thing has 14 different cycles, 14 different close cycles that allow you to basically avoid dry cleaning. Right? But not just avoid dry cleaning. So obviously dry cleaning is something that some of us have to do occasionally, very occasionally for someone like me, but for people who do a lot of corporate events or a lot of dinner engagements, or you know, they have lots of good, delicate, nice clothes, going down and getting them dry cleaned is something of a hassle you just can't do without. Now that's an expensive habit. Now this thing is not a cheap appliance. It's $2,999 here in Australia. But my experience with getting things dry cleaned is that bill racks up pretty quickly. But it's not just for dry clean, right? So you can use this thing to just unwrinkle your shirts, or you can even use it just to, you know, you just throw it in to just freshen something up. So let's just say you wore something for a couple of hours and you've come home and it's just, you know, it's not smelling that great, the plate doesn't need a wash, you just chuck it in this thing and it comes out really, really clean. It uses steam to kind of steam clean, but it's also got UV light in there. It's got 99.9% bacterial removing, and just freshens everything up really good, right? And the Samsung representative I was just talking to was telling us that they put things in here, the people who at Samsung who use this and just haven't gone to the dry cleaner since they have, even for things that they probably should get dry cleaned, they just use this now because it's so effective and works so well. So I'm going to jump in and take a closer look and try and take you through some of the features and what it offers. So let's have a swing around and take a closer look. All right, so as you can see here, it's got a mirror finish. Now I'm 6'4", so that's a good mirror. Nice kind of dark polished look to it, very elegant. Nice design, about the size of a wardrobe, like a standard wardrobe, I guess. And interestingly, I asked, you can build this in, so there's nothing necessarily stopping you from like building this into your cabinetry. And also, it's not plumbed in. So even though it uses steam, there's like a bucket at the bottom with some water. In fact, I'll show you right now. Just down there, so you can put your water in there, and you don't have to actually plumb it in to get your steam happening. Now I've had this, I just actually did this, run this through a cycle, which is a suede leather jacket. So the type of thing that's quite difficult to wash at home well, and it's come out spanking. It really has. This is from an op shop or a Vinnie's. So it had that kind of musty old man thing going down. Sorry, musty old man. Yeah, that's just done it in a jiffy, and it really wasn't that loud. In fact, I couldn't hear it at all when it was going through the cycle. So I'll take you through how it works. So obviously you've got the 5 coat hangers here. You got one spot that's a little bit longer down the side, longer dresses, or for me, my big coat, dries a bone even. And these things come out, and it's got this open-ended thing at the top, and that blows kind of like the steam through it and then through your clothing, right? Now I'm told if you open this before it's finished a cycle, it'll bead up. You'll kind of see perspiration in here, like. But once the actual cycle's finished its job, you don't get any of that. Really solid construction, I'll tell you. It actually looks and feels a lot like a fridge in terms of the way it's constructed. Now this is really cool. So this is a shelf that just comes out, and it's going to be a bit hard with the jacket there. Sorry for the lack of elegance in doing that. But what this allows you to do is like sit things on there, like stuffed toys, you know, the things your kids use and are always getting absolutely rank. So you can put these on here and it will actually effectively dry clean them, or your kids' toys, or I'm assuming you could probably put snow boots or something like that on there as well. I don't know if you put your normal shoes in there, but yeah. So that's really handy. I can't tell you how much, how many germs my kids would have survived if they hadn't had to deal with their toys getting so rank all the time. Now, this is interesting as well. Down here, you can open this and you can put a different scent in there. So you can actually get your clothes kind of having a bit of a fragrance that just speaks you. So really nicely thought out in that regard. This is jet stream, this is what they kind of call in this tech. And you can also set it on dehumidifying mode and just leave the door open. So you can dehumidify things or suck stuff out of the clothing, but you can also just leave it open and suck it out of the air. Now, I'm interested to see what the kind of energy usage of that is. It kind of gives you a bit of an idea in the app, but obviously you wouldn't know until you've been kind of using it for months. But the app does track how much energy it's using. So I guess you don't have to really just turn it on and just hope for the best when you get your bill. You can actually track that stuff in the app. Now, I'll close it back up and we'll go and have a look at this menu here. So here's where you kind of got your different settings, and I'm not sure if you can read that. I think you should be able to, but you can see, you can go through all the different things. Now you can do all this on the app, and you can set everything on the app. Schoolwear, down jackets is a really nice, handy one. Toys, that's what I was talking about before, awesome. Yeah, outdoor clothes, and it's all AI driven, right? So it's going to work out how kind of rank your stuff is, and then adjust how much time it needs. So it's showing you times here, but how much time it needs to actually do what it needs to do. Or you can just do quick things. So this is what the lady who was just taking me through it was saying, that this is great if you just want to, couldn't be buggered ironing your shirt. You can just stick it in here for 20 minutes and unwrinkle it. And I'm going to test that, because believe it or not, and I know you wouldn't believe this if you see most of my videos, but I actually own a shirt. So I'm going to crinkle that up and give that a crack. Now, obviously that's a smart control there, so that's where you can do everything via the phone. The phone app tracks everything. I'll kind of give you a little glimpse into that in a second. But yeah, it's just a kind of general overview of what it does. Look, it's absolutely a pricey item, but I really wish I'd thought about one of these before when I was building my house. I'd just love to have just had this built into the actual ensuite, the walk-in wardrobe. It'd be pretty awesome. And certain climates, depending on where you are, like imagine if you're at the Blue Mountains or somewhere that's kind of, you know, wet or outdoorsy on a farm, something like that. This is going to be pretty nifty for a lot of different things other than just kind of dry cleaning and keeping your clothes clean. Now let's have a look at the app. So I'm really hoping that's coming out on the screen now. I'm using a phone to shoot a phone here. But you can see a couple of different things that are connected in this house through the Smart Things app that Samsung provides. So there's a couple of TVs. There's the air purifier, I did mention that before. There's the AirDresser, and somewhere, there we go, the dryer and the washing machine as well. So that you can sync these so that the AirDresser, the dryer and the washer will tell the AirDresser what something might need, or vice versa, which I think is pretty interesting. Now with the AirDresser, if we go into the AirDresser, here, you can see it's ready. So you can choose a different cycle, and you've got all the different cycles in there. It gives you an energy reading, you can see that. So you've got the energy reading there. So you can choose whatever you want. For most of us, well, for most men, it might just be a suit, but actually, you know what, I think toys would almost get the biggest run in my house with young kids. So you can choose your cycle. So you can just use it to dry, obviously, as well. You can just dry things through it. So let's choose toys, done. The keep fresh thing is interesting as well. That just kind of lets them sit there for a while and just gives them a little blast every now and again. The AI pattern stuff's also really interesting. It basically tracks what you do over time and then gives you, and then kind of reorders the menu items. This does it on a washing machine and the dryer as well. Reorders the menu items based on how often you use them, and also kind of gives you insights into your usage and everything like that. So pretty cool, and allows you to basically prep everything you want in here, then send to the AirDresser and just press play. Now, there's some interesting safety features here, which I'm not 100% sold on, but basically, if I want to send to the AirDresser right now, I've got to activate the smart control on. Then I can say I want to do a quick start. Okay, let's take this shirt. I'm going to crinkle this thing right up, much as I can. There we go, looks like I've had a really rad night. Must have done some wrestling or a runner from the cops, who knows. And right up, and I'm going to stick that in for a 20-minute quick cycle, and let's see how she turns out. There you go, that is a crinkled mess. If I wore that out, my wife would be like, what are you doing, mate? I'll tell you what I'm doing, I'm not using an iron, but I might use this thing. Let's have a go. Okay, the cycle is done. It's played its little song. Let's have a look in here. Not bad. Definitely looks a lot fresher than it did when I put it in there. That was just a 20-minute quick cycle, just to get the wrinkles out. Anyway, those are my thoughts on the Bespoke Samsung AirDresser. Look, definitely a luxury item, there's no doubt about it. But still very cool, absolutely. All right, thank you very much for watching. I'm Chris Stead. Till next time, yee-hoo!